So the Washington Commanders have an opportunity to punch their ticket to the postseason with their 11th victory over the Atlanta Falcons this Sunday night. And it just got me to thinking, Jayden Daniels and the Washington Commanders are doing something crazy, and the NFL should be scared. Let's talk about it.
I feel left. What I want?
Get back slow. I love the way she rock it. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for him, the shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's no beginner. She's confident. I love the way she move it.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We have the Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video where we're going to be talking about the Washington Commanders and quarterback Jayden Daniels doing something crazy, and the NFL should be shaking in their boots right now. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're on the road to 8,000 subscribers, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you haven't reached that goal as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Let's get straight to it. So, what am I talking about? See, a lot of people want to just say, oh, Juan, you're talking out the side of your neck. You're just excited. You're a Jayden Daniels glazer, etc. Like, for one, this is my favorite team. So, of course, we're finally in a position where we're about to be good, and I want to talk highly of my squad. However, I also speak with facts. I also am not obnoxious to the truth. And the truth that I feel like a lot of NFL fans need to stomach about the Washington Commanders is that this is just the beginning, and what we are doing in the beginning stages should have you scared. This is the worst roster the Washington Commanders is going to have in a while. And even with that being said, we're 10-5, hopefully 11-5, and hopefully clinched our playoff berth this Sunday. Well, tomorrow. Last minute, purchases. If you guys want to go to the game tomorrow, SeatGeek promo code on the screen for you, Juan Gotti. Get that, and you can use that for any events too. So even in the off season when the Commanders aren't playing, you can go to concerts, you can go to Wizards games, you can go to hockey games, Capitals, whatever may have you, man. Use that $20 off your first purchase. So, Jayden Daniels is throwing to Terry McLaurin, Alameda Zaccheaus, Luke McCaffrey, De'Ami Brown, Zach Ertz, Noah Brown before injury, Brian Robinson, Jerry McNichols. This goes on. Can you imagine what this roster is going to look like in 2 to 3 years from now? Obviously, this offseason, everybody's favorite guy to go after is going to be T. Higgins. That's what everybody's going to want. But there's other guys that are going to be out there, too, as I keep mentioning. There are some good veterans that are going to be available. Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen, Chris Godwin, Garrett Wilson most likely will be up for a trade if he, in fact, requests a trade from the New York Jets, which at this moment I don't see why he wouldn't, because that organization is so dysfunctional. This team that is 10-5 right now, it's crazy how we are that. Because if you look at this team and you see all the positions that need help, like, let's not be oblivious to the situation that we're in. Yes, we're 10-5. We're in a position to make the playoffs, hopefully. But this team needs a desperate upgrade at wide receiver. This team needs an upgrade at tight end. This team needs an upgrade at left tackle. I like Brandon Coleman, but it wouldn't stop me from upgrading left tackle if we feel that we need to this offseason. We still need another cornerback. We still need some edge rushers. Obviously, we get minimum exterior pressure on the quarterback. If it ain't Dante Fowler, then who? And even Tay Fowler isn't an elite pass rusher. That's why a guy like Trey Hendrickson, if he somehow gets available this offseason, would be amazing. I say that to say, enjoy the process, because it's going to get real scary for NFL fans of other teams in the next 2 years. We're 10-5 at our worst, ladies and gentlemen. We have an opportunity to finish the season 12-5, hopefully. playoff berth, hopefully 6 seed, hopefully with this roster. Can you imagine what it's gonna look like when we get Jayden Daniels, another wide receiver, when we find that left tackle, when we get that other cornerback, hopefully off alongside healthy Marshawn Lattimore? Can you imagine what damage Adam Peters is gonna do in this draft? This was his first draft as a GM, as the guy. And look what he did. He didn't miss. All the guys that are playing and that are contributing are playing well. Another year under his belt as GM, we're Super Bowl contenders next season. We're not Super Bowl contenders this year. We're too young. We're too spry. We're too wet behind the ears. We don't have enough to be considered Super Bowl contenders, in my opinion, this season. Can we win a wild card game? Yeah. Can we win a divisional game? Yeah. Can we win an NFC championship? I don't know. Maybe. I like us against anybody. I think we could bump with anybody in the NFC. But if we lose, I know it ain't gonna be because of effort. It's gonna be because the other team was just more talented than us. And they were just that bad than us that day. That is the only plus about it, though. You could be the less talented team, but just be better that day. And hopefully that's the case for us this year. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully we make history and go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl in Jayden Daniels' rookie year. That would be outstanding. But even still, let's just say that happens, even though it most likely isn't. But let's just say hypothetically that happens. This is still the worst roster that the NFL is going to play against for the Washington Commanders in this era. We're only getting better. Still got extra draft picks, obviously, John Dawson trade, right? You're still going to be having a first-round pick now. It's obviously going to be back in the first round, whether you decide to trade up, whether you find a stud player at that position, whatever you may have, whether you trade back into the second round. Who knows? Whether in free agency you sign an older veteran wide receiver like Steph Diggs. I would love Steph Diggs here. I understand, he's a diva, this, that, and the third. I feel like Diggs, after this season, after the ACL injury that he had, I'm not going to say it settled him down, but I feel like he just wants to be a part of a winner now. And what better would it be to come home and win with your home team? Like Keenan Allen, still very able to contribute. Now, he said he only wants to go to Chicago and back to LA if so. But when healthy, he's able to contribute. And same with Chris Godwin. I know he's coming off a broken ankle, dislocated ankle. Still able to contribute when solid. We need veterans. This season proved to us that we need veterans in these locker rooms. Remember, Ron Rivera tried so hard to tell us, that was a big issue as to why we flamed out in Carolinas because I hung on to veterans too long. That was BS. Look at our veterans now. Bobby Wagner. Look at all these guys. All these veteran presences in the locker room. Terry Tressway and Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, and all the guys that's been here, done that. Look what they're doing. Bobby Wagner is in his 13th season and still has a triple-digit tackle season. So you can't tell me a Keenan Allen wouldn't come here and help. You can't tell me a Garrett Wilson wouldn't come here and give Terry McLaurin that number 2 guy. That deep threat, that vertical threat. Shout out to LT and Louis T. He made a good point on his video a couple days ago where he said De'Ami Brown is that deep threat for Washington and allows them to stretch the field vertically alongside Terry McLaurin. When you don't have that, that allows this defense to key in only on Terry McLaurin and don't really look at nobody else as a threat. You get G. Will in here next offseason. Not only can he run routes to galore, and not only is his catch radius is out the world, you've seen the catch that he made versus the Texans. He's a top end speed guy. He's a deep threat kind of guy that can beat you over the top. It's so much this team could get better at, and you just gotta stay down, and you just gotta realize, like, hey, we ain't there yet, and when we get there, it's gonna be scary for the NFL. I'm talking Super Bowl contenders. I'm talking MVP. I think Jayden Daniels in the MVP conversation next year. That's why I think next year they've exceeded expectations so much this season that next year is the year I think we start to compete for a Super Bowl. You know, they say maybe the first year is the filling out process, the second year you make another step, the third year is when you finally ready to compete for a Super Bowl typically. No, we're ready to compete for a Super Bowl next season. Hell, however the chips fall this season, you can say the same thing. If we're able to get through the NFC, you could say that this year. I just think teams like Detroit, just overall, even with their injuries, they're just that much more talented than us all over. And they got the playoff experience. We don't have much playoff experience at all with these teams, or with this team. So I think that is going to override at some point and show its ugly head this season. But next year, we're ready to rock and roll. Another year of Dan Quinn, another year of Jayden Daniels, another year of Adam Peters killing it in free agency and in the draft. It's going to get scary for NFL teams, all 31 of them. Because if this is the worst we're going to be, if this is the worst this roster's going to be, you're telling me you look back 3 years from now, hey, y'all remember that year we was 12-5, man? That was the worst we're going to be. That is some other team's best year. That is our best year this year in years history. So to even be sitting here 10-5 is a blessing. To be even sitting here with the opportunity to go 11-5 and clinch a playoff berth is a blessing. Who would have thought we would have been in this position this early, this fast? Not I. Even though I will say this, right? I'm going to be real with you, and I'm going to show this off. I'm going to, if we get to 12-5 or 11 wins, I'm going to show this off. Because I predicted us to go, 11-6 this season or 12-5, one of them. But I didn't do that because I thought 5 was going to be this great this soon. I did that because I looked at the NFC conference as a whole, and I wasn't afraid of nothing in the NFC, and I thought our schedule was very winnable. This was prior to me knowing 5 was about to go crazy the way he is. So I'm not going to say I didn't see us having a double-digit season win total, but I just didn't see it big in this fashion. And I love it. So again, NFL fans, it's the worst you're going to see the Washington Commanders. Because from here on out, next year and so on, as long as Adam Peters and Dan Quinn is here, this team is going to get better and better. And Jayden Daniels and Terry McLaurin. This team's going to get better and better and better and better. All right, y'all. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. Game day is tomorrow night. We're wearing all burgundy, the last home game of the season. Hopefully, we can go out with a bang and clinch a playoff berth for the first time since 2020, really 2015, because that 2021 was so But I'll catch y'all later. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Help to the Washington Commanders on the road to 8,000 subscribers. Again, we're so close to 8K. We're like 35 subscribers away. So if you can help me reach that goal as soon as possible, it'll be greatly appreciated, man. Please, it's free. This is one of the only apps that are still free when it comes to subscriptions. So help your boy get there. Thank you so much. Have a blessed one. Stay safe. Enjoy today's football action and your weekend. See you later. Peace.